Phantom's Hope by Rene 4567. Summary. Danny is tired. The Justice League gives him hope, though they wish they had given it to him sooner. Certainly before they crushed it. Warning: trigger character death. Chapter 1. Prologue. Do you believe in our lies? Inspired by a similar fanfic. Danny Phantom was tired. Not just physical, but mentally and emotionally tired. He was tired of school, of teachers and bullies, and the mountains of homework he just didn't get done, despite how intelligent he knew he was. Before this, he was going to be an astronaut. He was tired of fighting, and of ghosts, and missiles, and bullets, and being shot at by friends and family alike. He looked at their eyes full of love one second, and their hate the next. He was tired of trying for parents who could turn on him without a second thought. When I get my hands on him, I will tear him apart molecule by molecule. He was tired of saving others and them turning their backs on him. If not as Phantom, then as Fenton. But he heard something that gave him hope. Did you hear? The Justice League came to investigate the Bros problem. It was just a glimpse of hope in a long time. Sam was the first to abandon him. She couldn't understand why he wanted to stop. She wanted him to complete all of his homework on his own, despite knowing he didn't even have the time to. He got worse grades after that. She was the one that made time for him to study. Tucker was next. It wasn't even that he was jealous or that he didn't have enough time to hang out anymore. The ghost came at all hours, and it was hard to even eat or find time to sleep. He just lost one PDA too many. After Sam left, it seemed so much easier for him too. He had time to do some work from school now, enough time to study. He passes his tests when he's there to take them. His parents had never been there before. Not really, and Chaz found out, but she just left for college. He barely has time to call her for more than a few minutes per week. Valerie hunts him. Dash bullies him. Paulina disgusts him. The popular despise him, and the nerds shun him, etc. It's funny because in one form they praise him, and in the other they hate him. And sometimes they just don't care about either. Which brings him to today. His thermos is almost filled with ghosts, and he's running fast to catch up to the Justice League. Phantom has an attack on sight order, so if they see him transform, it's over. They think he's an evil metahuman, close but not evil. But he can always show them the ghosts. They have their arrival set up like a parade, and people are so happy to finally get help they need. But the joy is slightly dull because none of them, the League, the world, the government, actually believes in ghosts. But I can make them. I can show them. I can make them believe. The parade's almost over. There's been some ghost attacks, but nowhere near the Justice League. Vlad's behind it. He's trying to convince them that the ghost problem isn't one, and having me out of the way is part of that. But I dealt with all of them, and I can catch the end of it. The news is broadcasting to the entire world as I come crashing through the crowd. I call out, just to check, to make sure I don't have to release all these ghosts. Do you believe us? My voice rang clearly across the cheering crowd and grew quiet as their fear was so clearly stated. Everyone turns to the boy holding a thermos. They look They see a boy with unbrushed mushy hair and worn sloppy put-on clothes, covering bruises barely as parts were cut and shred and burned from him, running straight here. But there's so much more as his shoulders stand tall as he looks straight at him, defiantly, with a defiant glare and just a tiny bit of desperate hope. And as the world holds their breath and the League turns to Superman, Batman narrows his eyes at the boy, knowing something not right, especially with the thermos. It's too high-tech, and he says, no. It's simple, concise, yet they see the effect it has on the town, reflected even more desperately in the boy. The town stills and seems to depress. The boy's shoulders slump and seem to curl into themselves, a mockery of the strong shoulders before. The town's head fall just a bit, and the teen looks as if the world put on his shoulders. And their eyes, once greeting and kind, and oh so helpful, look soulless as the boys are filled with broken hope. Danny's laugh, it's broken and stilted, and makes the world cringe, as the boys' eyes twisted from their previous determination and hope to something absolute twisted. Somewhere far off, Vlad hears this and knows he's gone too far this time. Elsewhere, Batman prepares to fight, and others take notice of his tightening muscles and prepare to. Really? He says, and his smile is bitter as fangs peek out. Fangs? They stare in shock. His eyes, his green eyes. Green? They think, as the Justice League realizes that they just made a big mistake. Widen, showing cloudy, unseeing eyes as he lifts the cap off of his thermos. How about I make you? His innocent and full of corroded hope, and the League tries to stop him from pushing a button on his thermos. Batman reacts first, just like always, but they're too late, and they jump back from the thermos as they watch in disbelief as ghosts rush out, wreaking havoc as they do. Beware, one screams. I am Techno's master, they hear. Do you want a cookie? One asks. Your wish is my, one whispers. I will get your pelt, one exclaimed. And it's just a catastrophe of voices until one by one they notice where they are and look at Danny Phantom, and then the League prepared to fight. He is mad, one states, in fear, and the onlookers look at the silent ghosts in confusion. I'm getting out of here. Last time Dipstick was this man, he trashed my guitar. A flaming blue-haired girl exclaims and flies away. Come on, Johnny, let's get out of here. One drags her boyfriend away as fast as they can. I shall collect your pelt another time. I have remote to hunt, one says in fear as he speeds away. One by one, all the ghosts leave in fear, and the world watches as the crowd backs away from the particular glowing kid, examining the not thermos he held, as if contemplating what to do now. What is this? Batman asks in disbelief. A containment device, the teen says, as if it's a well-known fact. My parents invented it. What does it contain? As if he hasn't seen all of the ghosts that were just released and fled in fear at the sight of the teen, truly mad. The teen laughs. That horrible broken laugh that makes others take a few steps back Four rush through the crowd and two aim guns at the boy. "Things like me," he states, as the weapons charge. He knows they won't fire. Even if they hate Phantom, they still love him, however minor that may be. "Get out of our sun!" Jack and Manny Fenton yelled. But the boy ignored them as the crowd comes to a realization. A wrong one. He can't possess himself. And the League looks at the boy in horror, coming to the same conclusion, disagreeing their false thoughts. The boy looks up at the sky and screams. And it's horrible and vile and filled with so much pain and sadness and sheer anger. But the parents are held back by his once friends as they yelled, "That is Daddy!" With desperate voices filled with regret. Sam couldn't take being reminded that she killed him. Tucker couldn't watch him destroy himself, struggling to keep up. And Danny asks, "What happens when you die?" It's plain and cold, and his eyes seem so dead. And it just seems like it should be raining. It's not. It's bright and sunny. And perfect for the parade this had been. As the words his best friend said ring in their ears. As this time they truly do realize. "I don't know," Batman says. And it's tired and old as he relaxes his stance and slowly approaches him as the entire world watches. "It hurts," the teen says, as rings appeared around his waist, trying to split, but being held in place. When he uses his wail, he turns into Phantom now. "I know," Batman states, and the world wonders if he does. "It's okay." And the ring split up and down, revealing the ghost underneath the boy. The world holds their breath as the ripped hazmat suit reveals his injuries and ripped skin as green and red blood pools around his feet. And the boy falls, and Batman catches him. Around the boy, crystal grass grows out along with flowers and butterflies. Ghost eyes, some recognize, others just see the beautiful field as just dead, a crystal prairie tinted blue. "I'm tired," the boy says, and the world knows now that the ghosts didn't truly leave because they are here, too, with even more behind them. "I know," Batman says, and the boy realizes he truly does. "I can't protect them anymore," the boy says, with tears in his eyes. Slowly, Lightenberg's scars trace up his face as his wounds seal into solid skin, marred only by the pattern appearing on his skin for the first time in so long. "You don't need to," he says. Then as the boy looks into his parents' eyes, filled with denial, his friend's eyes filled with despair, "I can't become human anymore," he whispers. But his voice echoes in silence, and even the camera's microphone pick it up, and eyes widen in horror as they know something they really shouldn't have had to. It wasn't the ghost that killed him. They don't cut this deep. "You don't need to," he says, even though this time he really wishes the boy did. "Do you believe us?" the boy asked, desperate and shattered, and Superman's heart breaks. "If only I said yes," he chokes. "Yes, I know you saved them. And oh, how that burns the people of Amity Park that did this. They know it wasn't a ghost. You're a hero, Danny." Danny raises one arm as if to touch the sky. "I wanted to be an astronaut," he smiles. And then he's gone. And they know he isn't coming back.